Hi, hello, good morning dear students. How are you all? This video lesson module number 6 on periodic classification of elements brought to you by Vignan Global Gen Schools, Hyderabad. I, myself, Venkat Reddy P, teaching faculty, Vignan, Madinaguda. Dear students, let us just recapitulate what we have learned in previous module. We learned somewhat information about modern periodic table. Modern periodic table consisting of 18 vertical columns and 7 horizontal rows. These vertical columns are called groups and 7 horizontal rows are called periods. And groups wise information, periods wise information, how many elements are there, we have already learned in previous module. Today, before going to discuss about the topic meant for today, let me ask few questions. Do you know about atomic properties or properties of the elements? So, properties of the elements means nothing but properties of the atoms, because element is made up of same kind of atoms. So if you study the properties of atoms, automatically you can study the properties of elements. But these properties of elements in the periodic table repeated regularly at certain intervals of gaps. And that's why these properties are called periodic properties. You already might have known about the definition for periodicity from the previous modules. That what is meant by periodicity? Yes, you are right. Repetition of the properties at regular intervals of time or intervals of gaps. That's why these properties are called periodic properties. And how these periodic properties vary while moving from top to bottom in a group and left to right in a period. So this is the topic meant for today. How these properties vary in a group from top to bottom and in a period from left to right side. Got my point? So today let us discuss more information about periodic trends in the modern periodic table. Trends in the modern periodic table. Okay? So now let us start the session. What is the topic? Trends in the modern periodic table. What is that once again? Trends in the modern periodic table. Do you know what is meant by trend? Trend means variation. Trend means variation. All the periodic properties, how they will vary in a group and in a period. So trend means variation. And this is also called trends in the periodic properties or periodic trends in the modern periodic table. Now let me explain about those atomic properties first. Let me list out first. Now the first periodic property is valence electrons. So what is the first periodic property? Valence electrons. Do you know what are valence electrons? Yes, tell me. You are correct. The electrons present in the outermost orbit or shell of an atom. Once again, electrons present in the outermost shell of an atom are called valence electrons. Okay. So next, second one, valency. What is the second periodic property? Valency. You know, even from 9th CBSE, what is valency? The combining power of an atom of the element with other atom of the element is called valency. And valency can be determined by losing of electrons, gaining of electrons, or sharing of electrons. And valence is called combining capacity. Okay. And now coming to third periodic property, atomic size. Atomic size. Okay. Atomic size is also called atomic radius. Atomic radius or radius of the atom. Radius of the atom. And how to define atomic radius or size of the atom? It is the distance between center of the nucleus to the outermost orbit. And it is expressed in picometer. What is that unit? Picometer. And it is denoted by PM. So atomic size is expressed in terms of picometer. And 1 picometer is equal to 10 power minus 12 meters. So how you can measure atomic size? The distance between center of the nucleus to the outermost orbit. For suppose, if you consider this is an atom and this center point is called nucleus. And if I draw the distance like this, if you measure this distance, you can measure the atomic size. So the distance between center of the nucleus to the outermost orbit is called atomic size. Okay. Now coming to fourth periodic property, metallic character. Metallic character. Metallic character is also called electropositive character. What is that? Electropositive character, or the tendency to lose electrons. Tendency to lose electrons. Now let me define what is metallic character or what is electropositive character. Do you know metals have one property, one special property. Metals tend to lose electrons and forming positively charged ions. Metals tend to lose electrons to form positively charged ions. And this property is called electropositive property. And that is also called metallic character. And you simply say that metals are electropositive. So, tendency to lose electrons and becoming electropositive. Now coming to fifth property, quite reverse, non-metallic character. What is that non-metallic character? Electronegativity. Electronegativity. And this is also called tendency to gain electrons. Tendency to gain electrons. Now let me define what is non-metallic character or electronegative character. Why non-metals are electronegative? Very simple. Non-metals tend to gain electrons. Non-metals tend to gain electrons and becoming negatively charged particles. And this special property is called electronegativity. And you can simply say that non-metals are electronegative. Now coming to the sixth property, nature of the oxides. Nature of the oxides. What is that once again? Nature of the oxides. Now you know metals are able to form metal oxides which are basic in nature. Why metal oxides are basic in nature? Because metal oxides dissolved in water to form bases. And if you take non-metals, non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. Why? Non-metal oxides dissolved in water to form acids. Because of this reason, metals are able to form basic oxides. Non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. So, these are the 6 periodic properties that repeated regularly in certain intervals of gaps. But in this module, we have to look up about trend observed in these 6 properties and how these properties will vary in a group from top to bottom and in a period from left to right side. So that is called trend observed in periodic table. Okay. Now, so if you want to discuss, if you want to know more information about groups as well as periods, first let me explain about trends observed in groups. These periodic properties, how they will vary in groups. Okay. For that purpose, let me select one example for group out of 18. Because modern periodic table consisting of overall 18 groups. From all the 18 groups, let me select one best example, that is group number 1. You already know, group number 1 elements are called alkali metals. And group number 1 is located extremely left side of the periodic table. And group number 1 belongs to S block. What is that block name? S block. So, let me take that example and explain. I will explain all the 6 periodic properties, how they will vary in a group. Okay, my dear students. So, shall I start that session? So, everyone understood all the 6 periodic properties? Okay. Now, let me take that first group. So, you already know about first group of elements from modern periodic table. Tell me, what are the first group elements? First group elements, tell me. Now, let me take example 1. Example 1. And before, trend in the modern periodic table, specially groups. Trends observed in groups. Now let me take first group of elements. First group. Once you list out first group elements, yes, what is the starting element? Now let me take a group like this. One vertical column, because this is about top end, this is about bottom end. Now the first element of the first group, hydrogen. Next, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements are there. Okay. Now let me write atomic numbers. Atomic number Z is equal to 1. Z is equal to 3. Z is equal to 11. Z is equal to 19. And these are not actually required. Why I am not writing atomic numbers for the last 3 elements? Because in a group, if you learn about the first 4 elements or 3 elements, and we are in a position to learn about the properties of even heavier elements also. Because those elements belongs to same group who possess similar chemical properties. That's why I only framed for first 4 elements. Now, let me write electronic configuration first. You also try, my dear students. Hydrogen ka electronic configuration 1, that 1 electron belongs to K shell. And lithium 2, 1 KL. Sodium 2, 8, 1 KLM. Potassium 2, 8, 1 K, L, M, N. 4 shells are present. Now if you take for suppose rubidium, 5 shells, 6 shells, 7 shells, like that it will increase. Okay. And now tell me how many valence electrons are there in this first hydrogen. Here 1 valence electron, lithium also 1 valence electron, here also 1 valence electron, here also 1 valence electron. Yes. So hydrogen consisting of valence electrons 1, here also 1 valence electron, sodium also 1 valence electron, potassium also 1 valence electron. Got my point? So here valence electrons 1, 1, 1, 1 in all the outermost shells. Now coming to valency. So what is the valency of hydrogen? 1, lithium 1, sodium also 1, potassium also 1. So valence electrons over, valency also over. Now coming to, we will apply all the 6 periodic properties one by one to this group. That is group number 1. So my dear students, what is the first periodic property? What is the first periodic property? Valency electrons. Now let me frame one table to illustrate this information. So this is about the table. One by one I will explain with the help of this table. Now what is the first property? Name of the property, or otherwise directly property, atomic property. Trend observed in group. Trend observed in group. Trend in group. And what is the reason for this? Reason also let me explain. Okay. Now what is the first atomic property? Valence electrons. Valence electrons. How the valence electrons vary from top to bottom in any group? See, hydrogen valence electron 1, lithium also 1, sodium also 1, potassium also 1. If rubidium is there, that is also 1. Cesium also 1, francium also 1. So what trend you observed regarding valence electrons in a group? Valency electrons remain same. So what is the reason why valence electrons are same? Because outermost shell of all the elements consisting of 1, 1, 1 valency electrons. Okay. So this is about the reason for that. And now coming to second atomic property. What is that? Valency. How this valency vary in a group from top to bottom? Tell me. The valency of hydrogen is 1, lithium also 1, sodium also 1, potassium also 1, even rubidium, cesium, francium also 1. So what is the trend observed here regarding valency? Valency also remain same from top to bottom. What is the reason for that? Why valencies are same? Since valence electrons are same. Because valency always depends on valence electrons. Okay. Next, coming to third property. What is that? Atomic size. Size of the atom or radius of the atom expressed in picometers. Now if you take the first group, or in fact any group, from top to bottom, atomic size increases. Atomic size increases. Why atomic size increases from top to bottom? Because if you once observe this one, hydrogen only 1 shell, lithium 2 shells, sodium 3 shells, potassium 4 shells, rubidium, cesium, francium 5, 6, 7 respectively. Since the number of shells increases, the distance from the center of the nucleus to the outermost shell also increases. Because of this increase in number of shells, distance increases. If distance increases, atomic size also increases. So the exact reason for this is, since one new shell is keep adding to the previous shells. Whenever number of shells increases, distance increases. Distance increases, radius also increases. That's why finally atomic size increases. That depends on number of shells increases. Now coming to fourth one, metallic character. Metallic character is also called, what is the name given to metallic character? Metallic character is also called electropositivity or tendency to lose electrons. Metallic character always depends on size of the atom. And from top to bottom, the size of the atom increases. That's why metallic character also increases. So, metallic character increases from top to bottom. But why metallic character increases from top to bottom? Because from hydrogen to francium, size of the atom regularly increases. That you know very well. Whenever the size of the atom increases, distance also increases. If distance increases, nuclear attraction over outermost shell electrons decreases. So, by using very less amount of energy, we can easily remove the electrons. That's why francium is having highest metallic character compared with hydrogen or compared with lithium. So that depends on the force of attraction between the nucleus and outermost shell. And coming to fifth one, quite opposite property, non-metallic character. And this non-metallic character is also called tendency to gain electrons or electronegative character. Now tell me, from top to bottom, atomic size decreases. Atomic size increases. So if atomic size increases, metallic character increases and non-metallic character decreases. So non-metallic character decreases from top to bottom. Why non-metallic character decreases? What is the reason for that? If you take in any non-metallic group from the periodic table, for suppose group number 17 halogens, from fluorine to fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. Fluorine to iodine, non-metallic character decreases. So since the size of the atom increases, nuclear attraction between nucleus and outermost shell electrons decreases. So that's why non-metallic character decreases. So small sized atoms possess maximum non-metallic character compared with heavy size atoms. And now final one, sixth one, nature of the oxides. Nature of the oxides. So what is the nature of the oxides? You know that there are two types of nature of the oxides. Metals are able to form basic oxides and non-metals are able to form acidic oxides. Since I am taking group number 1, all are metals, from top to bottom, nature of the oxides remains same, because lithium is able to form lithium oxide, which is basic in nature. Sodium oxide. Potassium oxide. Rubidium oxide. Cesium oxide. Francium oxide. All these are basic in nature. So nature of the oxides remain same from top to bottom. So this is about all the 6 periodic trends or periodic properties corresponding to group. How these properties will change in a group from top to bottom. So that's all for today's class. Tomorrow we shall discuss about one of the very important and interesting topic, periodic properties, variation of periodic properties in a period. Till then, my dear students, have a nice day. Thank you.